part of my angsty teenage years, and I was, running around screaming Rough Riders and stuff like that. And he made barking in songs cool. So it's just really sad because I still listen to his catalog weekly. So it's just been really sad. I mean, what else? What do you guys feel about that?
I was just listening to Party Up and a bunch of songs, and it just brought all the memories of college parties. And once it came on, we'd all be singing and dancing. And yeah, it's tough because we're seeing a lot of people that we grew up with passing on. So take it day by day and just hope the families and are all doing well, and he's pain-free.
Well, for me, the experience is a little bit different. Again, I was born and raised in Mexico, so I didn't learn about like gangster rap or anything like all the like stuff until I moved to the United States. And of course, his songs, especially X is Gonna Give It To You, was like in movies and everything like that. Even nowadays, they have it in Rick and Morty. Like, he's a really big staple. But so as an older person that I had to learn more about it, it was a lot different. And then losing someone that I got to know and like really enjoy their music, especially learning later in my lifetime about rap. I feel really bad for the family. I'm sorry they had to make that type of decision. My condolences and prayers are to them.
Yeah. I'm a huge fan. Like some of my favorite lyrics from songs have come from DMX. So it's just really sad to know that he's gone. But if it's one good thing that I can say, the outpouring of love, which typically always happens, when an artist or, a public figure will pass away, as everyone kind of reflects on, their interactions with them and their relationships and friendships. And if it's one thing that I can say about DMX is that he was given his flowers while he was alive. He was one of the first to, well, not really one of the first to do like the versus battle with Snoop Dogg, but, he was able to have a positive impact, and everybody would tell him so often how much they appreciated him. So he knew that when his time came, that he had lived a very fulfilling life, and he had done everything that he could to touch everyone's life. And he also turned his life around. Like, he went from straight in the hood in prison to giving his life to God. And he put out a gospel rap album, and he just went through and just started teaching and sharing his experiences and influencing other people. So he's one of those artists that has never diminished throughout his career. It has just taken new levels. And, everyone was able to show his appreciation to him while he was alive. And he did pass knowing he had a good life. And so that makes me feel better, knowing that he's passed, and he's with his grandmother now. And his grandmother was the one who raised him, and he's with Aaliyah now. And so they're together again. And so he's definitely in a much better place. So
there's a lot of good ones up there that we can definitely say that he's not with.
Yeah. So
sadly,
let's say cheers to that.
Ironic.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So that's we send our thoughts and prayers out, to him and his family. And that's not the only bad news that we're actually going to talk about. We're still in the middle of a pandemic, and that means that postponements and cancellations are constantly happening. So, everyone, what's the next festival that we want to talk about? Abduction first, or do we want to talk about Wet Electric?
Let's do
Wet Electric's
Abduction.
up on the board.
Huh?
Okay.
Wet Electric's on the board right now. So
okay. All right. So Misa, do you want to tell us about Wet Electric?
Oh, I wish I read a little bit more about it, but yes. So Wet Electric recently got postponed because the venue isn't going to be open yet. They're still trying to finalize certain things. They got a little bit ahead of themselves, but it's okay. We love them. We love everything about them, and we'll be waiting for them whenever they postpone and are ready for us.
Yeah, Wet Electric is a phenomenal event, and
it's in Arizona.
Definitely. Yeah, it's in your area. So
yes, it is.
I am very much looking forward to that when the world opens up again. I will definitely be traveling to Arizona for it. So in addition to that, Beach Life, which was scheduled to take place May 1st through the 3rd in Redondo Beach, has postponed to the first weekend in September. And that is supposed to be kind of like a new beachfront. It has kind of like an indie vibe. I know Ziggy Marley is going to be performing, as well as a couple other talented artists, but that has also been postponed, and that information has been updated on their social medias. So the last event to be postponed and canceled is Abduction. And Liz, do you have the inside scoop on that one?
So I know there were thunderstorms, heavy thunderstorms that were coming in the area. So they did postpone, or they did cancel, and it was, I want to say, maybe less than 2 hours, maybe even less than an hour. People were there ready to go in. They asked everyone to please leave and take shelter. But I know it was severe weather in the area, and it was serious.
Well, Florida's trying to open it up for us, but they got sometimes some weather it's unpredictable.
Mm-hmm.
Better safe than sorry, though, is a good thing.
Yeah. Isn't it true that there were actually some people who actually got into the festival that were inside before they actually shut everything down?
It may have been. I just noticed what I saw. It was still people outside. But they may have had, I know the employees were trying to get the gates that everyone was in the pods for. They were trying to get those put away because the wind was going to be so bad. And
oh, yikes.
I don't know if I don't think anyone got seriously hurt, but I believe there may have been a few like minor injuries with the employees.
And didn't they release a statement saying that tickets would be refunded, and there wasn't anything that anyone needed to do?
A full refund?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought that we had seen. So at least they were nice enough to do that. I mean, it could have been something a lot worse where they didn't want to refund the money. So, but that's really sad. I wonder if
they had to like pay their artists for that and still refund you the money.
Well,
I don't know.
That's where insurance kicks in. I actually talked to Pooja about it yesterday or the day before, and she said, yeah, insurance will kick in typically for something like that.
Okay. That's really good.
Yeah.
All right. So that wraps up our segment of bad news. I like that. It was only less than 10 minutes, and we can now move on to all of the fun stuff. All right. So coming up this weekend, the Festival Addicts will be in attendance at Electric Cookout, which is taking place in San Antonio. So Liz, you and Bernard are going. You want to tell us the update, since it's literally in 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, still have to pack and all that fun stuff too.
The night before, a couple hours before, that's the best packing.
Well, I'm going straight from work, so I got to do it tomorrow. The event itself is in San Antonio in the parking lot area of the 800 Live Club. If there is weather, they have a contingency plan, just so people know. The event's from 4 to 10 p.m. And there will be an after party. Nothing's really been announced, but that will be inside the club, and the club is open and has been for some time now. They did release their map today, so that was put out, and that is on the website along with across their socials. And Nitty Gritty is our headliner, so very much looking forward to some great food. I know they've got a number of food trucks, quite a few food trucks coming, and
you better bring that report, because Monique's gonna ask you for that.
I looked at the map that they put out, and it looks like there's gonna be at least 12 to 15 food trucks and food vendors. So I want to know what they're gonna have, because that's
what's
really
your
important.
top pick, Monique? You already picked it. Which one is it?
I want it. It's gourmet. Like, I want to know what their best gourmet food truck was. And I'm not talking like Tex-Mex, because I don't care about that. But I want to know, like, who's bringing like a new flavor to like a classic festival food. So like a gourmet type sandwich, or maybe like a special kind of wrap. And of course it's Texas. So I want to know if they have anything barbecue related. So you guys keep a lookout. I want to know. I really want to know what they got.
I know barbecue's definitely on the docket for it. Tickets are $20 for GA, and you can get a full Madness pass for, I think it's 51 with the fee. They do also have private tables available too. So you can get that for your group of friends, and just going to be a great time.
So when do you actually get to San Antonio?
I'm flying in on Friday. We arrive at like 4:30.
Okay.
So, yes.
All right. That's
the weekend on the
Saturday
17th, right? That's this coming weekend.
It is.
It's this weekend. Yeah. On Saturday. So did anybody check the weather in San Antonio to see like what the weather could potentially be?
So yes, we're not sure if there's going to be, like, because it's Texas, the weather can change on the dime. I mean, I'm used to that. It's like 50% thunderstorms. It's going to be high of 82, low of 54.
But isn't it on the Saturday though?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That's Friday.
Saturday you're looking at 66. That's going to be cold.
66. Yeah.
And for me, I'm a desert rat. That's cold.
It's going to be nice for me. I'm used to that. To bring a light jacket. But I mean, it's going to be a good time.
If you're coming from Arizona, bring your like your hoodie and your scarf and shit like that, because you're going to be cold.
I mean, I highly recommend getting those emergency blankets, those metallic ones that are supposed to help keep you warm. I've never had to use one, but
the firefighter ones?
Yeah, they come folded already. So get one in a little package and make sure you have it in your bag. And
can you buy those on Amazon?
I'm pretty sure you can.
Oh, tell me, Liz, 'cause I know you know.
Yeah, you could even, I mean, honestly, you could wear a poncho. Those things heat you up. So you won't need a poncho that day. Right. So we'll be fine.
I certainly, I'm hoping you guys won't need it. It's saying it's supposed to rain Wednesday, Thursday, Friday in San Antonio. So like, I hope, it dries up in time.
Take your rainbows for the mud. You don't want a cream fields.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be on pavement though. I think it's in a parking lot.
It's in a parking lot.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So if anything, but man, that's kind of funny. I think it'll still be a really good time. We've been talking about this for a couple weeks now, and they're really taking this serious and having all of the safety protocols and everything to try to ensure that their attendees will be safe. So I think they're doing a phenomenal job, and I really do hope that it doesn't rain so that it gets canceled, because it looks like a really fun event actually for San Antonio.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you guys. Take your radar, write them down. I want notes.
I'll just take photos and send them to you.
Photos don't help. I need notes. As I tasted it, I had this like maple syrup barbecue / with a little bit of mango spice to it. That's what I want to hear.
Misa wants a full food critic review. That's what she wants.
You want one too. Don't lie.
I do. I want to know flavor profiles. Like, that's great. We've never actually covered an event, like the food for an event, in that detail. Like, I feel like that should be something we should at least take on at least once. So
I feel like I did for M3F, but that was like 2 years ago. So
gosh, I don't even remember all of that.
No, I didn't get to go to that one too. And I was supposed to go. I remember that because you went there and I was there for some other event, so we didn't link up. But yeah, I remember you talking about the food was actually really good. But hey, you're in Southern Arizona. The food better be good. One thing we can do in Arizona is feed you.
Yeah, this is very true. Like, the food is very good in Phoenix. So
Tucson. You went to Tucson.
And Tucson, that's right. I have been to Phoenix too, but yeah, Tucson's definitely, the food was really great. That Mexican restaurant you took me to was just phenomenal.
Oh, it was on Mass versus Food. BK's is the best.
Yeah, like it was on par with California's Mexican food, and that's what I'm talking about. Like that's what I like.
Wait, you said on par with with California Mexican food? Baby, Arizona's got the best Mexican food. You're on the border, like closer.
I don't know. I'm California.
Lies.
Look here, Bernard. You to come in? Come in. What do you say, lies?
California has the best Mexican food.
We have the best Mexican food, yeah. But I will say that
I will
Arizona's
open up my
Mexican
next
food-
beer, and I'm gonna disagree with you when I see you. I will show you my Mexican food.
Misa, your food is different. Your food is different. Like that's home cooked food. That's not like
Yeah, isn't that
restaurant
better?
food. Yours is better, but you didn't say
Well-
that. You said Arizona. Like
No, Arizona's got it. I took you to get a good Sonoran hot dog, the best carne asada tacos,
You did.
enchiladas. You're gonna try to compete with California has a wide variety of Mexicans. I'm showing you like our cowboys and Indian sort of Mexicans that roast their fucking beef and sit there and feed it and then do it, and that's the best. Sonora has the best meat. You're in the Sonoran desert, you can't compete. I'm joking and I love you.
I love you too, but it's so funny. But we can all agree that
It's
Arizona
true.
and California's Mexican food is
Yes.
better than Texas Mexican food.
Oh.
So that's the important part right now.
And
So that's
Albuquerque. New Mexico
Oh, and
Mexican food sucks.
Oh yeah.
Albuquerque has a different flavor because they use a lot of green chili from Hatch, which is great
Mm.
because it's some of the best green chili ever in the whole country. But at the same time, they have like this flair to it that's a little bit more Chihuahua than it actually is Sonoran.
So welcome to Mexican Festival, Mexican Food Addicts. I'm Bernard.
yeah, well, I definitely. Okay, hold on. Since we're on the topic of food and we happen to be in Albuquerque right now. So I was watching Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and there's actually a restaurant in Albuquerque, and they make a gourmet BLT sandwich, but it's not like any BLT sandwich you've ever had. Now, this is not Mexican food at all. This is like just a regular old sandwich. And so what they do is they take the bacon, they grind it up, and they make it into a patty. I'm not talking Slater's 50-50 patty. I'm talking like they make a hamburger patty with bacon, with heirloom tomatoes and like fresh from the garden lettuce. And they put like they make their it's not like a garlic aioli, but it's like an aioli in-house. And then they put it on a nice toasty ciabatta bun. And like, that'd be the only reason why I'd go to Albuquerque, because there's nothing in New Mexico that I'm actually interested in. So that's my take on New Mexico now that
New
we've all
Mexico,
talked
like
about it.
my friend's from Albuquerque, and he recently brought me, because birthday month, he recently brought me some beer because I'm obsessed with pickles and I can drink pickles out of the jar. From Albuquerque, there's this brewery called Botch, and they sell the best pickle beer ever. I thought I was literally drinking a jar of pickle with beer. It's fucking the best shit ever. It's such an
Hold on.
So I will
Wait.
go back I will go back to Albuquerque. I will have my friend or anybody, if you don't send it to me, it's a personal offense if you're in Albuquerque, and don't send it to my house because I love it.
Wait, hold on. Misa, can you describe it? So is it like a sour beer, or is it?
It wasn't labeled as a sour,
Okay.
which was the interesting part, because I asked my friend, is this a sour? And he's a beer connoisseur. Hi, Eric. Hi, Sam. Anyway, so I just so if he's watching, but anyway, he brought me this beer from Albuquerque because he was home over like what was it, Easter holiday. Holy moly, I was a little sad that I shared it, and I asked everybody if they wanted one because they said yes, and then I ran home with 2 beers in my pocket. So but the beer tasted like a combination of like a refreshing drink and then combined with like a jar of pickle juice, which for me is like the best shit ever. You know, like some people might not like pickles, good, more for me. But anyway, this different. It was a seasonal program, or I'm sorry, seasonal drink, and then they're actually thinking about doing it permanent, and it's only in Albuquerque.
That's interesting. So is it like refreshing?
It was very refreshing, and it wasn't the sour that I expected it. Other sours I had almost got my like saliva glands going. This one was so refreshing. It's weird to say that a pickle juice is refreshing because you're gonna get that sour, but it was a great combination between like the beer and the pickle juice. I was like, It was like a mild pickle juice. It was so good. It was so good. I mean, like I said, I will take it as a personal offense if you live in Albuquerque, and don't call me and send me fucking 6-pack of that.
You've heard it first, everybody. Don't go to Albuquerque without bringing the pickle beer to Misa when you get back.
Slide into those DMs and tell me about that pickle beer.
So, okay, I think we got a little bit off topic, but that's totally fine because I think it's really important. These are the important things in life we need to discuss to begin with. So, for Liz and Bernard, since you guys are going, what are you most excited for, other than it being kind of a live event? Now that the world is opening up, what are you guys most excited for?
I'm excited just to see friends. So to see Bernard in person, and Pooja and Devin and Sig and other friends who are going to be coming. So I'm really excited for that.
That's why I've seen Bernard in person. It's not that exciting.
Oh, shut up, Bernard.
That Bernard in person can pick me up 6 feet and make me feel like it's different weather.
That Bernard that you guys are talking about, he gives the best bear hug. So I don't know what interaction you had with him, but he's actually really freaking fantastic. So
he hasn't showered today, so I wouldn't do that.
I smelled you. You're fine.
So gross.
Yeah.
So did Meaty.
But just that, and to get to be somewhere different other than home, yeah, that's the big thing, and eat good food.
Liz, is this your first venture back out into like our festival life?
This will be my first like non-car event. So I did 2 car raves, I guess, in October last year. So I did Loud Luxury in Philadelphia, outside Philly, and then Dead Mouse in for Halloween. So that was, I did Dead Mouse 6 times last year. So that was Dead Mouse test pilot. But this will be, since Halloween, this will be my first live event.
Yay.
First one of 2020.
It's so exciting to get back out there. Like, honestly, when we started seeing lineups and dates, at this point, if you cancel on me, there's other ones. My little braver heart, which is like, it fluttered and made some good little noises and made me feel good, whether I go to them or not. It's like, it's so refreshing to see that we can get some semblance of like our music life back, because this means a lot to a lot of us around the world. Not just to us festival addicts. All of this music, the reason why we're in this is because it resonates at some level for all of us, and to not have that unity, that joy, and sit there and bathe in the happiness of what is live music is just, I miss it.
Yeah. Any type of live event, really, whether it's music, sports, theater, any type of entertainment. We're talking a year since we've had like something semi-normal. So it's a big deal. I do think. And then, it's just going to see how everything goes. And we just, as long as we're moving forward on a good level, then that's the way to go.
I think, as a country, or at least for individual states, I think a lot of them are taking the protocols to be able to handle getting ready to open back up and have live events. And, these things have already started. I can't speak for every state, but I know for a fact that Georgia and Texas and Florida and California and Arizona, we're all starting to open up. Like, sporting events are coming back. And I think the Dodgers were having live games and stuff like that, where fans can come and sit in the stand. Of course, they're social distancing and limiting capacity, but I think that and at least for California, we have a 1.5% infection rate now, which is the lowest in the country, but we've also been mass vaccinating. So I think as long as everyone follows all the safety protocols, I think we're going to start to see like increases in capacity, and we're going to start to see more things open. And I mean, California is opening this month, and I know a lot of other places are too. So I mean, this whole sense of having these events and getting these feelings and the sense of unity that Misa was just talking about, it's coming. And it's coming in, these small events like Electric Cookout. And then, I mean, we're going to talk about WW next, that's happening next weekend. But I mean, one of the biggest music festivals in the entire world is set to take place next month. And we're going to talk about EDC. So that's coming up. But I think it's definitely coming.
Yeah. And I think the big thing is do what you feel comfortable with. If you don't feel comfortable, then that's fine. It's okay.
Wear your mask. Don't let nobody mask shame you.
Yeah. And I'm very big in mask wearing. I mean, I think we've had an advantage being in our community that wearing masks was kind of normal. So last year when I started working a year ago, it was comforting to me just to see that, especially since we didn't know what we didn't know back then. And now, I mean, it's just a normal thing. And I work 14 hours a day. So I am one of those people who wears the mask all day long, day after day.
Yeah, that's intense. And I know that they are still going to be enforcing them. Well, they're supposed to enforce the mask mandates, but I mean, I think it's going to go by state on whether or not they're going to still require it. I don't know, but I mean, like Misa said, don't let anybody mask shame you, and don't let anyone make you feel bad for wanting to social distance. Cause I mean, we're ultimately all going to be responsible for ourselves and, making sure that it doesn't get out of hand. So if we want to continue, if we don't want a 9th, 10th, and 11th shutdown, then I think we should all work together so we can get our big events back.
Yep. We don't want to re-shut down. Trust me, we all want music. We all live. I mean, this is what we thrive off of. We thrive off music, whether it be in any genre that it is. We all love. We've all grown from one thing to another. And we all like different things in music, and that's really important. Music helps us feel connection as a community, as people. And if I don't have if I can't see Liz or whatever, or you, Monique, and everything, we're still connected through music. We do this podcast for music. Yeah, we've had our fun and we drink and we made things survive, but at the same time, we are all connected through music, whatever genre it is.
Yeah. So since we're on the topic of, these live music events, Liz, do you want to give us the update on UBW since it is next week?
Yeah, they handed out or put up the actual set times today. So you can find that on UBW's socials. The set times are pretty stacked. Even I saw closing day one with was that 7 Lions into Cascade, I believe, on day one.
Ooh.
Yeah. And
Where's Danielle? Let's talk about Cascade.
Exactly. That's exactly what I thought. But I mean, 4 stages last year, they only had 3. Or 2 years ago, they only had 3. So 2019. Yeah, we went in 2019.
Yes.
And so now there's 4 stages, I'm sure, for the social distancing and to handle everyone who wants to come back and play. And then on day 2, they're closing with Millennium. I believe Griffin's doing a DJ set into Millennium. So that's a big thing. So capacity, I know, is 75%. A lot of people are doing camping. I don't know the exact number of what 75% is, but whatever they considered that for the Texas Motorplex.
I didn't know that they were having camping at Ooby Dooby.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I must have missed that part. I'm sorry.
Well, I know we were kind of speculating whether or not it was going to happen and if they were still going to continue to have the camping with everything going on. And it looks like they're going to keep, move, full throttle forward, with the camping. So,
and Texas is 100% open. They had, I believe, was it the Rangers game, and it was full capacity. So
yeah, they're open 100%.
38,000 people.
Yes.
We're at the Rangers
I have
game?
an event. I have an
Yeah.
event at the end of this, the end of April, also for a different type of stuff. And their capacity was 500, but they actually allowed us to 300. And I thought that was huge. I was like, wow, 300 people. I'm scared. Don't get me wrong. I'm scared and prepared. I'm fully vaccinated. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, we're going to camp with 300 people. And I feel nervous. And that's only 300. I can't imagine 38,000.
I work
Wow.
with 300 at work. So
Oh, I thought you were
not-
from home, Liz.
No, I work
Oh.
in the warehouse. So my department is 300, and then there's about 1,000 people in the warehouse at any
Wow.
given time.
Yeah.
So, but big space too. So, but yeah, I think it'll be interesting to see when everyone gets there how they feel, depending on how much space there is. For
But
sure.
I think you made a good point earlier that we're a community that's used to wearing a mask or some type of thing, even though like it was decorative at the time, or like it was good for like if you went to Desert Heart and you couldn't breathe because there's so much dirt. Like we were a community already used to wearing masks. So hopefully we'll see, even though Texas is a little odd, maybe a little bit of people be a little, a little responsible, hopefully, because we all want our music back. We want festivals back. We want to, as best as we can. I think masks are going to be in our life for a little bit longer than we expected, but
Yeah.
I mean, hey, roll with the punches, right? Let's just do
Right.
it. As long as we get music back, let's do it.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's talk. So we've started with really small festivals, and now let's get to the main contenders. So Electric Daisy Carnival, EDC, it was announced last week, and that was like a whirlwind of all kinds of emotion. But Pascal announced that they were going to be moving forward with the May dates of the 21st through the 23rd in Las Vegas. And so it's actually going to happen. I think they're going to do camping as well. So guys, what's your thoughts on EDC? Like how are you feeling about this?
So Olo just sent me an update right now, right? From like from a different source. And they're talking about like the governor just updated that statewide social distancing mandate will end May 1st.
Okay, keep going.
He's handling over decisions making to local authorities on May 1st. He is confident every county in Nevada will open to 100% by June 1st. Mask mandate stays throughout transit though.
Okay, so maybe not social distancing, but definitely you still have to wear a mask.
And they just put this out like around like 5:20, 5:30, so a couple hours ago.
Okay, yeah, I know that they were going to be doing like a press conference or something about that, so I'm glad that they did announce that, because I know that apparently in the past couple weeks the original safety protocols and plans for EDC was not approved, and so there wasn't any resubmission of a new plan. So I'm guessing with this development now with the governor of Nevada, that I think
Las Vegas will be the first one to lift all your sheets. Here we go. Let's go.
Right. Yeah.
Wilding out.
Yeah.
Well,
and go ahead, Liz.
They did resubmit another plan. So what had come out is the original plan was told no. They had resubmitted. It was still being taken a look at, but at the same time, sounds like the state was making decisions on other things. Also,
Is it the state or the casinos? But you know what? Go ahead, casinos. We want to see festivals open. Go right ahead.
I'm pretty sure they want to see festivals opening too. Like, I'm pretty sure Vegas has been hit hard, with limited capacities and all the, restrictions that they probably had to do. I hear Vegas, I mean, it's starting to get fun now, but like when it was in the middle of it, like I heard it was like a ghost town.
Oh, it was. So I was there like right before they shut down for COVID. I was there that weekend. They shut it down, I think on the 17th of March was like the official date that all the casinos were going to shut down. I was there for the weekend and week because I had a place to stay for the whole week. And when I was walking and driving through there, I had never gone through the actual boulevard, Las Vegas Boulevard, going 45 miles an hour and never having to stop at any light from the beginning to fucking Stratosphere.
Dude,
It took me
that
10 minutes, less than 10 minutes to get through the whole strip when normally it takes you about 2 hours.
it does, yeah. Like the only time I've ever been able to drive like down Las Vegas Boulevard with minimal interruptions is like early in the morning. And I'm talking not like everybody leaving the club early, but like there's like maybe 2 or 3 hours between 6 and like 7, or like 5 and 7,
Yes,
where you
yes.
can actually drive.
That's your
through
walk of
there.
shame time.
Yeah. So like I've been able to do that, but like I've never been able, it's just always a million cars. Like I hate driving out. I will take the side streets just to avoid that.
It was
But
something quite amazing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if I've been back since right before that. I don't think I've been back since then. And that was just like the most scariest feeling ever. It felt like I was in a movie because everything was just so quiet. It was just eerie.
Yeah.
You
So
were
I
in the
mean,
zombie apocalypse movie.
I got my microchip. We're good.
yeah, I got mine too. So now that we're talking safety protocols and EDCs coming back, like do you think it's going to be, I think when I last heard is they were only going to be allowing 200,000 people per day.
Well,
as opposed to the 400,000 that they would usually have attending each night. So what do you guys think of that? Like how do you think that they're going to determine who's going to go and who's not? Like how are they going to do that cutoff? Do you guys have any like ideas or theories on how they're going to do that?
Well, you can sit there and count every single person like they do at Costco and hit 2,000, say you're done, and as people leave, you allow them to enter. And or like how do you pick from that? What if 400,000 people show up and you have to let half of them in? One, they're losing money by doing that. But I think we had heard 2 weeks, but I don't think that's happening, right?
Yeah, and they're allowing people to transfer to 2022. However, you need to do it by midnight on April 15th.
There you go.
And I believe between those who had already chosen to transfer earlier, plus those making that decision this week, I know.
And I thought they canceled delinquents too.
They did. So they went through, they already canceled anything on layaway that was not already paid off, as we found. And then like the group that had tickets for me, they went ahead and transferred everything over to 2022. So I do believe there's going to be enough people transferring because they're international, because they don't feel like they're ready for it. I don't think it's going to be as big of an issue, but that'll be next week's issue for Insomniac and team to deal with.
That's a really good point. You say international. You know what? You're really right about like the international influence that comes and goes to EDC Las Vegas, being that it's like the mecca of EDC. And being that there's so many still restrictions from international travel, you might be able to reduce that by like a 20-30%.
Yeah, and remember, there's still no lineup.
Oh shit!
No, there's no lineup.
There's still no lineup, people. So
wait, hold on, wait. So
there.
Hold on, did they not release one for 2020?
Nope. No. Well, here's the deal.
I'm sorry.
If you look at the 2020 lineup, 50% of those people are not in the country.
So they have to go with local US DJ, which is not a bad thing.
We
like our local people, but what?
No, you're right.
No. Hold on. I thought I heard that they had already secured visas for the international talent.
They secured visas for the international people who have to come over and set up the stages and
not for the talent
venue.
So wait. Why are they outsourcing for the people to come in and fix the venue when you should be local, one, and then be able to save up those visas for the actual talent?
Well, hold on. There's certain things that the local people can't do. There's certain things that require specific people who actually have designed or built things. all throughout the venue. So there are certain things that require on the production side, people who will have to be there first, and they go in and start building. I
Like 2 weeks.
think next week or the following week. I think it's next week because there's an event happening outside the outside the speedway on the north end of the track. But
it takes them about 3 weeks to 4 weeks to be able to build what is EDC Las Vegas.
Yeah.
Correct. They have 3.5 weeks to build before they go.
I just find that insane that you say that, oh, because of people who built stages or this like that. I just have it hard to understand that you can find local companies to be able to do that for you and then wait for your visas for your actual talent. Don't you think that you would spend money on your talent over the stage? But then again, I know EDC in Vegas and the fireworks and everything. I've never been, but I know that is like mecca of all shrines other than to
but number one, safety first. Who do you want building those stages? Number one, safety first. You need the right people with the correct background doing the building of certain things inside there. You're talking tons of weight on these big stages and things like that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
I just have it hard to understand that there's not like like a US based company that can provide you the same stuff. Maybe they charge more. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe they charge more.
Maybe,
I think
but
no, I don't think it has anything to do with charging more. I think it has to do with, let's put it this way. Let's say you have a heart valve that needs to be replaced. Do you want a heart surgeon to do that, or do you want a general surgeon to do that?
So basically they're hiring specialists that are international.
The specialists who may or may not be in the States, I know there are specialists on the production side that need to come in first. That's the first step of people. Then you work on the others. And remember, there are certain countries right now that if someone leaves, they may not be able to get back home. There are certain people, certain, talent that may not want to be in that type of environment and may have said, I'm going to pull back because of my own safety. I'm not ready. I'm not, we're talking anywhere from health to mental health and, physical to, you got to think all those type of things too. So it's literally, this is such a huge project that, he's been working on for over a year now because this was all in play.
But I got a question.
Months ago. Yeah.
I got a question. So you say they have to fly all these people internationally to the United States. What happens whenever they go to like Mexico? Do they fly in the same architects or whatever to build your stage to Mexico and all the EDC other spots around the world? Are they the same technicians? I mean, because you're in Mexico, they probably get a bunch of people to be able to go over there and do this. But I'm just wondering, because I want everything to be safe and 100% visual, but I'm just, I have like, what if you did this or what if you did that? Because for me, it's a little bit harder to understand because just like there is a heart surgeon in the United States, there's a heart surgeon in Mexico, there's a heart surgeon in Cuba. So you're talking about surgeon in general and a general doctor when you can find a cardiologist in any country of the world, and they have the same education, just different materials to work with.
It could be a contract thing. Like they could contract with them and say, okay, we're going to bring you on to work on these productions. And so regardless of where the location is, they will bring in the same team of people around the world, and then they'll set it up because these stages move. So I'd imagine that if, this team sets up a stage in Vegas, that same stage is going to go to Orlando. It's going to go to Mexico. It's going to go to New York or Japan or all of those. And so they would just pretty much fly them. So that makes sense. But Skylar did say that the fireworks are Canadian. And I think that's one of the most important things because the EDC has the best fireworks show.
only reason why I ever want to go to an event like EDC, because I like the more smaller. I'm not really like a mainstream type of like I would say raver is like a loose word, but as a festival enthusiast, like I like Desert Hearts and things like that. I like something a little more communal. And the first time I walked into EDC Mexico City, my mouth dropped because I've never seen anything like that. Yeah. And then when I went into Desert Hearts, I was like, oh wow, well, it's only one stage and it's really nice too. But I went to I went to Dream State because I'm a trans fan. So I went to Dream State and I was like, wow, like their production and everything like that. But I'm just, the only reason why I ever here to like go to EDC is for the fireworks, to be under that electric sky. And I will probably pay over $1,000 to see that whenever I do it. And I'm excited to.
Yeah, that is the most like magical and like spectacular thing that you could ever view. They light up the entire sky above the entire speedway, and it's just it's at 1:00 every day. And I think it's been so long, but I think it's like a 10-minute show, but it is just 1 a.m. every night, and it is the most beautiful, like, and just depending on where you stand, you could listen to, the soundtrack to your fireworks show could be different. Like one year we were in the middle of a bunch of stages. So depending on like how well you focused your hearing, you can literally listen to all of the surrounding stages and all the music surrounding you to the fireworks show. But it is so magical.
I thought that there was like a fire show throughout basically since nightfall, like throughout the entire night. It's only at 1 in the morning every night.
No, they do shoot off fireworks like at the end of each set for like certain stages, but the big fireworks show, which EDC is known for, is at 1 a.m.
Oh, I'm only gonna go for one day then when I go.
It's kind of like Tomorrowland, the big thing being at the end of the night.
Yeah. So tomorrow. Yeah. And I mean, Tomorrowland's fireworks show, I'm just going to say it. I've said it many, many times. It's not that great. But I think because of the location, it's in a residential area, like it's surrounded by a residential area. You can't set off like, too many.
You're like down in, because I've seen all 3 nights up in the VIP, and you're looking down into this bowl, and it was
VIP really for Tomorrowland.
Yeah,
is that the ticket we're getting, Moni? Because that's when you're stepping in your suitcase.
I have yet to do VIP at Tomorrowland. I am just happy to be there. So
I'll be happy to be there. Take me in.
We can.
I will say, Misa, if you are interested in like something a little bit smaller, there is EDC Orlando. Obviously, we've done EDC Mexico, and then Imagine has a really good stage too.
I've been wanting to go to that Electric Forest. I hear
Electric beautiful. Forest is pretty amazing, and that's a whole other ball game. You're like so it's different for other reasons. It's special for other reasons.
I sort of like that because I like being close to it. Whenever we had to go from Mexico City, DC to like our Airbnb and things like that, you lost some of the flair in between that fun. So like if I had to be fully engulfed, just like I do with Desert Hearts, that's 24 hours or stuff like that, and I got a camping whenever I want to go to bed or whatever, which is only a couple hours between 5 and 10 a.m. and then for DC. But it's just different. I sort of like that like nice way. But the stages, which was something so unique to me, whenever I walked into DC, I was really thrown away because I'd never seen anything like that. And then seeing a Dream State with trance music, which is like my first love, and seeing everything the way it moves, I was just completely in awe. And John O'Callaghan's the best. Anyway.
Yeah. No, yeah, you would love EDC Vegas. And I think for anybody who's been attending music festivals, especially like if you've been going to like these raves and stuff, I think that is like the American mecca of music festivals. So I think it's should be on everyone's list at least one night.
Yes.
And if you play your cards right, you don't have to, deal with Ticketmaster or Front Gate or whatever. Just kind of hold off and go on Sunday, because a lot of festival attendees only go Friday, Saturday.
Yep.
And Sunday, the music, everything is still the same.
Mhm.
Everything is the same. It's the same hours, but you can get your ticket a whole lot cheaper. I know Bernard is a huge advocate of not going on Sundays. So
Bernard, I want your ticket for Sunday.
Okay.
Don't talk shit, because I'm gonna hold you to it.
yeah. So I mean, it's definitely something. So so are you both skipping out on it this year and waiting for next year?
Yeah, I can't go. So
Yeah,
I got Dirty
I'm
Bird
probably
the week before. So
No, I sold my
Yeah.
ticket for 2020. I got my refund completely back, so I will not
Okay.
be there.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to just kind of roll mine over to 2022. I don't know if I want to hold on. I don't know if I want to even try selling it. Because I don't know if that would be better for me, or if I should just kind of hold off and then sell it next year. I'm not sure
I think
yet.
you
All
stay
that
locked
means
into your
is
price.
more EDC for Bernard.
What?
Well, we've got to get 400,000 people down, and I'm willing to sit it out so everyone can have a good time.
Text us and tell us about it.
Yeah. We'll talk to you on Sunday when
Facebook
you're going
us,
home.
Twitter us. We want to hear all about it.
Yeah.
I make no promises.
maybe he'll actually get cell phone service.
I know, right? With half the people, I think that'll be worth it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so all right, ladies and gent, we are coming up on time now. Is there any final thoughts that you guys want to say about EDC before we close out the show?
Have fun.
Yeah.
All right.
Enjoy.
Tell us all about it.
Yeah, be safe for anyone going. All right, so if there's nothing else, we've covered everything. You guys have a great time at Electric Cookout, and if anybody's doing any other events, definitely let us know. So before we close out, everyone, let's tell them where we can find you on social media. We'll start with you, Liz.
I'm Lizzie.mae, and thanks for watching Festival Addicts.
And Misa.
I'm at Only One Misa on Instagram and Twitter.
And Boss Man.
Fat, Black, and Awesome at Instagram.
And I am your Mocha Princess. That's where you can find me on Instagram. And let's just take a minute. I want to say, Bernard, you did a fantastic job getting us started on time with no difficulties.
Wait, he was not live for the first 2 minutes.
No, that wasn't a technical difficulty, but we got it. And, we've got our border back. So thanks, Bernard, for getting that for us. So check us out on all of our social, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, Pinterest, all of them social medias, and use our hashtag. And we want to thank you guys for watching. Be safe, and we'll see you at a live event soon.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody. See you next
Thank you.
week.